First Minister, on behalf of the Civil Engagement Group, I thank you for your visit to the House and for your inspiring speech. There is a long and interwoven history between Scotland and Ireland in the migrations of our people, in the constant crossing of our seas and the overlapping of our myths, stories and music and indeed language. And the vibrant exchange of ideas has always been a part of this. From the journeys of Colmkill through to the great debates of the Enlightenment, where Scottish and Irish thinkers sent new ideas across Europe. And of course, as was mentioned at another revolutionary time 100 years ago, Scottish migrants James Connolly and Margaret Skinnader brought their ideas and commitment to Ireland's cause, from their founding roles within the trade union movement to the part they both played in our rising, which we commemorate this year. Certainly, Ireland must thank Scotland for the inspiration which each new generation draws from Connolly's ideas, his internationalism and his ambition for humanity. To quote from one of your own great contemporary Scottish writers, Alistair Gray, "A good life means fighting to be human under growing difficulties." Something similar might be said of the good society. For there is such a thing as society, and Scotland has always shown and continues to show the willingness to fight for progressive and social policies, even in the face of the greatest challenges. You demonstrated this, First Minister, in the clarity and leadership of your statement on the morning after the Brexit referendum, particularly when you spoke to migrants living in Scotland and assured them of their welcome and the value placed on their contribution. A message which is ever more important of inclusion at a time of increasingly divisive language of hate and racism across the world. Scotland is also inspired through deep and innovative public service commitment. Your investment in social housing and in access to education at all levels, and your determination to tackle alcohol-related harm are deeply resonant in this chamber. While measures such as those put forward by the Scottish Dementia Working Group have, I know, been of keen interest to my colleague Senator Kelleher and many others across the Oireachtas who plan to visit you and learn from you in those policies. I would like to note also the practical solidarity which Scotland has offered to women in Northern Ireland in supporting their access to reproductive health services. First Minister, there is, underpinning all of this, Scotland's fundamental and important recognition that equality is the foundation on which social and economic progress must be grounded. And, as might be expected from a nation of great engineers, the Scottish have sought to put in place real structures and mechanisms to deliver that equality, from the statutory public duty to the gender and equality budgeting to your annual equality statement. This is an area which we in Ireland are now starting to explore, an area I hope we will embrace still further. And First Minister, I would greatly appreciate if you might comment on the importance of Scotland's annual equality statement and the message it sends. I ask this because, as you have yourself observed before, disaffection with the political system is felt in too many communities. And there is, right across Europe, a need to rebuild connections between the public and parliaments, between democracy and decision-making. I commend the young and vibrant Scottish Parliament and Assembly in Holyrood who have stepped up with very active campaigns of engagement and of enfranchisement. And I know that you are determined to keep faith with that enfranchisement by ensuring that the votes which so many Scottish citizens cast against Brexit are recognised and respected in any new process or roadmap which emerges. First Minister, there is a friendship and a solidarity which runs deep between our countries. From the very letter of Bruce, when he urged our people, free in ancient times, to come together more eagerly and joyfully in friendship. But there is alongside that friendship and solidarity, I believe, a creativity and an ingenuity which Ireland and Scotland share. This can be a powerful force in terms of business, science and the arts. And there are opportunities there which I hope we will seize together. But we must also employ these skills and all our skills together to face up to the great global challenges of our times, of what you correctly described as unprecedented times. The ticking clock of climate change, with its immense moral, social and environmental implications. The work of peace, and I know that you, First Minister, who began your own political career in the anti-nuclear movement, appreciate the fragility and the importance of peace right across the world, and of the importance of the Good Friday Agreement, an importance which must be underscored and understood at European level by all. At this crucial juncture for our nations, and indeed for Europe as a whole, it is important that Ireland and Scotland support each other's voices, making not only our concerns but our ideas heard on the importance of a social Europe grounded in peace, participation and inclusion. A partnership, as you put it so eloquently, equals in a partnership of many. I thank you for the true leadership you have personally shown in stepping up to these important debates of our time, and not only on the national but on the international stage, and I look forward to ever deepening and more complex and more constructive cooperation in the important years ahead. Thank you very much.
Senator